I want to start Depop, but I don't really have too much money. If you have £100 or less and you want to start a Depop shop, this video is for you. Yes, so today I'm going to be talking about how I started my Depop shop with only £50. I've been doing it for about a year now, and only now about a year in have I ever put more than £50 into it. And currently on my shop I've got over 100 items and I've made over 100 sales. If I was you, I wouldn't go down the route that a lot of people do when they start out on Depop, just buying a big vintage wholesale bale. Just purely for the fact of that you'll have no experience selling on Depop or selling anything in general, and now you're stuck with 30 to 40 items that you don't even know if you could sell and have no knowledge on, and you have no knowledge on how to sell and kind of the whole process of it. So putting all your money into one thing is kind of pointless, I think. If I was you, I would start out just doing little flips and just kind of build your knowledge and experience of buying and selling, because this is what I did in the first lockdown. I was reselling Supreme, maybe only making 10 to 20 pounds an item, but by doing this I really learned a lot about how to sell clothes, the whole reselling process in general, and as well if I actually really enjoyed doing it or not. Because that's another thing. Say you buy 50 vintage jumpers or something like that and you start to sell them, and really you kind of understand that you don't really like it, or it's not for you, or you just don't have the time to do it. Now you're stuck with 30 jumpers that you can't shift and that you're just gonna have to throw away or donate to someone, and you've just lost all your money, which is pretty pointless. And as well, if you start off by doing the smaller flips, you'll kind of value the money that you put into it a lot more, just where the profits won't be very much. For example, if you buy an item that's really overpriced and you either don't make your money back on it or you make a loss, you'll learn the value of that lesson a lot harder, and you'll learn it a lot quicker than you would have done if you'd invested a lot more money to start with. There's loads of little ways that you can do these little flips. Buying and selling Supreme isn't the only way, but I think it's definitely a good way, especially if you're into Supreme and stuff like that. You get to see a lot of Supreme, which I always thought was quite cool. So I know every time I got a new tee, I would get quite gassed. But you can apply this logic to Facebook Marketplace, buying and selling shoes and just clothing. Shoes is a really big one for Facebook Marketplace, because if you can get pretty much any like high-end Nike trainer for 10 to 20 pounds, you're pretty much guaranteed to make a profit on there. And I know I looked yesterday on Facebook Marketplace, and I know I found at least 5 shoes in about a 15-kilometer radius, if not smaller, that were priced in between them price brackets, and I could have made so much money from them. Especially as well if you can drive, Facebook Marketplace is so much better because you'll easily be able to go pick up them items. But obviously if you don't drive, you're going to be a little bit more limited on the catchment area that you're going to be able to go get your items from. Oh, I've made a sale. I've made a sale. What is it? Oh, really? Nice. Just sold one of the track jackets from the track jacket bale. Not too shabby. Another thing to apply this logic to is charity shops and car boot sales. Charity shops, literally you can go in a charity shop and find a steal. They are very, very hit or miss though. But when you do hit, you'll be able to make some good money off the items. And as well, you'll grow a good knowledge of vintage clothes that you can then go and apply to the vintage wholesalers once you've built up enough money to go and buy from them. You see what I mean? Building the knowledge up originally is so worth your time, because starting out on Depop isn't a week or 2 week thing to come really successful in, which a lot of people seem to think it is. And as well, it's not a 5-minute thing to go slap up 20 items. It takes me about 8 minutes an item, start to finish, and you times that by 100, that's 800 minutes. And if you do a bit of maths, 800 minutes divided by 60 is 13 hours. So as you can see, it's quite a long process, but if you're into clothes and stuff like that, it's really worth your time and you'll really enjoy it. That's another thing if you are looking to get into Depop. If you're just in it purely for the money, you're probably gonna have to go find another hobby, because this isn't the one for you, because you kind of actually have to enjoy what you're doing and kind of enjoy the items that you are selling and kind of enjoy the whole kind of culture that comes with it. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy selling on Depop. But going on to the car boot sales as well, if you can get to a car boot sale, they'll be really worth your time. I think they'll be a lot more profitable than the charity shops. That was hard to say. Just where people will be selling a little bit more valuable stuff, probably at the same price, if not cheaper than the charity charity shops, just where people are reluctant to give their clothes to a charity shop, just where they are giving it away for free. They'd rather go sell it at a car boot sale for £2 to £3, and that's where you can swoop in and grab yourself a nice little steal. But if you really do just want to go through a vintage wholesale bale, the one that I would recommend is from Syed Vintage. If you are on a budget, it's under £100, it's £96. You can either get an unsorted sweatshirts bale, which I got as my first bale, and I've made about £200 from it so far, so it is a relatively good bale. The link to the video of me unboxing that will be up in the cards and in the description for when you're done with this video, and to see what you could get if you were to buy one. Or you could buy an unsorted printed bale, which I've got 2 of them coming, so stay tuned for them. Them videos will be out so soon, and review videos to see if it's actually worth you buying them, so keep your eyes peeled for those. But what would I do if I was to start again? Start off with a low amount of money, just doing little like low budget flips, just growing your knowledge of how to sell and just kind of what sells best and what doesn't, and just kind of getting a feel for Depop, seeing if you like it, seeing if this is actually the path for you. Then once you've done that, move on to then your wholesale bales, and by then you would have already know what you're doing, because this is why you don't jump into a vintage wholesale bale, because you won't know what you're doing. And as well, as I said, I would start with a little bit amount of money, because you'll really kind of value the money that you have put into it a lot more. Then say you go throw £300-400 into it, the value of the money will kind of decrease quite a lot, I think. But if you have enjoyed the video or found it helpful up to this point, please like the video, it does massively help my channel. And don't forget to drop the comment about whether you'd want to see the Supreme tips video in the future. So I've got loads of tips on how to resell Supreme, including how to research Supreme, the best places and the ways to buy Supreme, and whether you should buy off drops and the best thing to buy off drops. But as I said, if you did enjoy the video, please give it a like, it'd be so appreciated, it really does help my channel out. Remember, stay tuned for all them unboxing videos that are coming out. I think I'm gonna get some banging stuff in there, and as I said, you'll be able to see if it's worth you buying a bale like that. But please like, subscribe and comment down below any videos you'd like to see in the future.
Hold on, don't leave me yet. I've got a question for you. If you've watched any of my videos before, or if you've liked any of my videos, if you're subscribed, or if you've ever commented on my videos, it really does mean a lot. And as well, big up to you for doing all that. But what did you think of the audio on this video? I think it sounds a bit better in this one. I think the audio levels are a bit better. I've also got a new microphone. If you noticed, that's great, because it means it's better than the last one, and it was actually worth me buying it. But if you did think it was better and you thought the audio levels were better, please just drop me a comment. It'd be so appreciated, just letting me know whether you did think it was better. It really helps out my channel, and as well, it helps out making the content better for you in the future. But if you did enjoy the video and you haven't already, please drop the video a like. It'd be so appreciated if you could. And as well, drop the comment down below about whether you'd want to see the Supreme video, and as well what you thought of the audio. It'd be very much appreciated.